Well, I have enjoyed your content until your negative comments about anti-vaxxers. For reference, this is in response to a video of mine about literacy. Because if we had more literate politicians, then maybe you wouldn't have an anti-vaxxer as the Secretary of Health and Human Services. And I have like over 1,000, probably over 1,200 videos on my account at this point. If you have enjoyed all my content until in one video, I made one remark of the Secretary of Health and Human Services being an anti-vaxxer and how stupid that is, then goodbye. Ciao. See you later. I don't need you. According to the World Health Organization, over 150 million lives have been saved from vaccines in the past 50 years. Over 100 million of those were infants. Vaccines against just 14 diseases has reduced infant deaths by 40% around the world, even more in regions that are most affected by it. In just the first year of the COVID-19 vaccine, an estimated over 14 million lives were saved because of that vaccine. Over 500 million childhood illnesses were prevented with vaccines in the past 30 years. That's according to the US's CDC, which is now being controlled by an anti-vaxxer. If you have a problem with me criticizing anti-vaxxers because they deserve it, then I don't need you as a follower, especially if you've enjoyed all my videos. You haven't seen a single problem, but I say one thing critical about an anti-vaxxer who's in charge of health. Now you can't enjoy my videos? Ciao. Bye-bye. We know vaccines save lives. We know people without vaccines are more likely to die. We know in areas where they have fewer vaccines, more children are dying. And we know that the guy in charge of health and human services in this country right now is actively against vaccinations and is telling people to put their children and their communities at more risk, because vaccines don't just save your life, they save the lives of people around you too. If that information, if those facts bother you, then I have no problem criticizing it. And I've been very clear through all the videos I repost where I stand on this issue for a long time. Just because I finally said it in one of my own videos doesn't mean it's the first time I'm coming up with this. I have no problem with followers, regular contributors, disagreeing with something, contributing to the discussion, to a debate. But criticizing anti-vaxxers, first of all, is a dumbass thing to disagree with. And if disagreeing with that one thing in my many videos stops you from enjoying the rest of my videos, then I have no problem losing you as a follower. I recorded that about a month or two ago, and guess what I see in the news now in January?
Flu season is surging across the country with no signs of slowing down. The latest report from the CDC showing more than 8% of all visits to a doctor were for respiratory illness, more than double the baseline and the highest rate in nearly 30 years. More than 120,000 hospitalizations and 5,000 deaths from flu so far this season. Right as Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and HHS announcing they're removing the flu vaccine from the childhood vaccination schedule, effective immediately.
That guy is the Secretary of Health and Human Services in this country. If you have a problem with me complaining about that because he's a fucking dumbass, you can fuck right off my page.